Welcome to Aero League Racing Tier 4 for round 4 Imola. I'm doing this on my own account because I had some trouble going on the Aero League Racing account. Other than that, just the normal race. I'm just going to check if everything's alright with the audio. And I of course need the link in the server. So here we go. As they're going to start now. Okay, so Imola, obviously a new track. No one has a lot of experience on it, so we'll see how it will be going. It looks like we'll be having a dry qualifying with 18 cars. We have both Aston Martins, we have both Red Bulls, 2 Ferraris, 2 Alfas, 2 Mercedes, 2 McLaren, 2 AlphaTauris, 2 Alpines, I think 2 Williams, yes. We only have 1 Haas. So Chrysler T is going to have a big, or not a big, he's going to be a little bit behind, as we're going to follow Reaper Dude and his first lap. Gone on the tires, we will have the lap data and the track map. There we go. As there are more and more cars exiting the pit lane. The track isn't as grippy as it will be later in the session. Obviously everyone needs to lay some rubber down. As Reaper goes off track but doesn't invalidate yet. Obviously this isn't a timed lap, but so it doesn't really matter, but it's good to see that, or actually not good, it's clearly to see that track limits are not being worked on really well by Codemasters as expected. Oh well, Reaper comes now across the line, starts his lap. Through turn 2, turn 3. He's now at the end of sector 1, obviously he's going to set the fastest. The Alpine behind the Ferrari is going to have trouble as Fonter now already spun. Oh, someone else has spun. There is no damage on TC. Meanwhile, Reaper is still good on his lap. The Alpine has fallen behind a bit. There is yellow flag, I don't know why. But there's clearly something wrong with the cars behind as Reaper comes across the line, sets his lap. And Dov comes behind him. Dov does not go faster, a 116 versus a 117. The Alpine now comes across, but that was an invalidation probably. As Vitor is coming across the line, fastest last sector and a fast lap of the overall. As more and more cars are coming across the line, but which are going for times and which aren't. Eli was invalidated. Rolla goes the fast lap with a 116.0. Noof comes across the line with a 118.7. Will gets a 116.3. Wicked a 127.5. Olieri a 116.8. Was that snap? Yes, there was snap, but no time set. Same for Pyro. Reaper was surprisingly enough on mediums when he set the lap. So I am surprised what will come from that. Let's see, Vitor has set a lap, then there is the Williams of Stumacher. But that's an invalidation, so we're looking at Racing Tash, who's giving his teammate a tow before going back into the pit lane. His teammate gets P7 with a 70.2. Eli sets a 116.2. And Rolla improves his lap time and gets a 115.5. Let's see. The rest is going back into the pit lane except Wicked, who gets a 117.3. Olieri stays on time. Romp has not set the fastest lap. Snap gets a 119.1 and Pyro gets a 117.0. Chrysler is on an outlap. Conin is on an outlap. That's not Stumacher. Racing Tash on his way back. Major just slowed down. I don't think. Yeah, he's on an outlap or something. Is that Eli? That's Eli. But there are yellow flags around him. But he goes into the pit lane. There is contact there. And I think that's Stumacher. No, that's not Stumacher. That's an Alpine. That's Noob Squid. Noob Squid is coming to the line and it's a 117.7. That's a P12. Then Olieri into the pits. And we're going to focus on Romp, who comes across the line with a 116.8, slower than his teammate. As a McLaren just parks it up pit lane entry. Then there is Chrysler, who is now on his lap through the final corners. No invalidation yet. And he's going to come up the line. It's not going to be a good time. A 120.4. Not a great time. Really not. Dolph is on an outlap. Cunning isn't. But that doesn't look like a good lap. That's a 124.3. Cunning did not step up his game as well as I would have expected. Yes, we now have to follow. Is that Romp? That's Romp, but Romp probably going to the pit lane. Then we have Pyro back there going to the pit lane. What is Snap going to do? I think Snap is going into the pits as well. Crustlor is going into the pits. Who's the rebel behind him? That's Reaper on an outlap. There we have Eli. Where is... Oh! TC is on his lap, I believe. Yes, he is, and that's a 1:16.1. He is third and beats his teammate. For now. Meanwhile, Dove comes up to the line. He is half a second quicker. He gets P10 with a 1:16.8. Most people coming out for a few more runs. Is that Tash? No, that's Noof leading. Kind of track, and he bails on the run. Racing Tash ignores pit lane, but it's on an outlap, so not really interesting. Vitor now in the pit lane. Eli now starts his lap. Wicked Prophet is on his outlap. Snap has invalidated. And then is there Reaper behind? Yes, that's Reaper, but he has invalidated. Who's behind Dan? Is it DC? Yes, that's DC. He's probably going for the pit lane. But let's watch along. Yes, that's pit lane. Then we have Dove behind him. Dove obviously for his lap. He's coming towards the line. He goes up to P8 with a 1:16.4. Is Crustlor going for the pit lane? Yes, he is. Is that Connie? No, that isn't Connie. That's Rula. He's just started his lap. Let's see, that's Eli coming up. Eli ignores the pit lane, goes for the line. He stays in P5 and there's yellow flags there. Now they are green again. Wicked is now on his lap, but he has invalidated. Then we have Reaper coming through the final turn. Don't know if he is on an improvement. Apparently not. He's on an in lap. Then we have Pyro on his outlap, followed by Dove. Dove is going slow, so he is bailing on his lap. Rula has invalidated. Then with Racing Tash coming through now. He's coming through the final turn into the pit lane. It's the Reaper. No, that's Vitor. Vitor is on an outlap, but he's being followed by Noof, I think that is. And then we have Eli coming into the pits. Wicked Prophet going toward the pit lane, I think. No, he isn't. He stayed as close to the line as he could. And that's P14 with a 1:17.0. Then we have Pyro next up, invalidation. Then we have Romp on an outlap. Going a bit wide there. Then we have the Mercedes of, I think, Rolla. Yes, it is. as the other McLaren is now at the side of the road, probably letting people by. Rolla now in the pit lane. Vitor is coming up. He stays within the lines, he knows how to color. That's across the line, P6 1:15.8. I think Major just improved his time. Yes, he did. Is that Pyro then? No, that's Snap coming through. But Snap is on pretty old mediums. He now sets his time on softs, and that's a 1:71. Then we have Pyro coming up. Not invalidated at all, but into the pit. Is he followed by Oliari? No, he's followed by Romp, who sets a 1:15.8 and has potentially P3. Then we have Stumacher coming around to start his lap. It's being followed by Chrysler, who's starting his lap, and Dov, who's starting a lap. Then there's a whole lot of nothing until we have Vitor there. Obviously Vitor invalidated himself last lap he tried, so he now has distance to Major, who's on his way back to the pit. But so is Vitor. Then we have Snap coming back to the pit lane apparently. Confirm going on to go to P10 with a 1:16.4. Oliari on an outlap. Romp on an inlap probably. So let's follow Reaper. Reaper goes past the pit lane onto the start finish straight. He naps P3 with 1:15.6. There's a Williams across the line now. That was Stumacher getting P2 with 1:15.5. Then Chrysler across the line, and I think that was Dov across the line. Now comes Will, and will start his lap now. DC is going to start his outlap, his running lap. Then we have Racing Tash on an outlap. Oliari is using him for a tow. As someone goes off, and that's DC out of the session. And same as with Chrysler. Both have crashed out. And we're having 2 yellow flags in the end of this session. Is that Stumacher, then Stumacher going into the pits. Then we are having Dov. Oh! That could have been very nasty for Dov, and that's his qualifying over. He didn't crash, but he will have to go to the pit and will not set a lap. His teammate is 1.5 seconds slower than his fastest and will not improve. Pyro starts his lap. Then we have Eli, who's going to start his lap. Then we have Nuv, who's going to start his lap. Dov has retired in the meantime. Will Snap be able to start his lap, or will he be too late? He will definitely make it to the start of his lap. And I think he's the final one to start his lap. Yes, that was the final one. Cunningham goes across the line, but can't do anything. Checkered flag has fallen. Then we have Wicked Prophet going for the pit lane. Always hate it when people do that. Reaper now coming to the line. He is going to finish his lap, though he slows down massively. I don't know why. But alright. Then we have Snap. Oh no, that was Dolph. Was that? Oh no, that was Pyro. Then we have the Aston Martin of Eli who crossed the line, takes second in the process. Snap has invalidated and isn't of value anyway. Racing Tash. Is he going for improvement? Well, definitely isn't, but he comes across the line to end his qualifying. Only one who is yet to finish is Noob Squid. He's going through the line, a really bad time, and that's the end of quali. With quality on, we have Rola Rula on pole position alongside Eli. Stumaker, Pyro and Reproduce are behind them. Romp, Vitor, Olieri, DC and Major round out the top 10. And then outside the top 10 we have Will, Cunning, Dove, Dash, Wicked, Snap, Noof, Chrysler and Fontanau, who crashed out before he could even set a lap. It will be interesting to see how Font can recover and who will take the lead of the race early on. Turn 1 is quite a fast turn, more a kink really, and then we have obviously turn 2, which has a big hard braking zone. Reproduce on the count of ARL. I'm going to stick with Stumaker here, as Pyro has already overtaken him. He has given the position back in the meantime, like he should. But I can already see that these two will be fighting off the line. Meanwhile, we need to talk about Rola. Rola has been really dominant in qualifying. And I think he will be carrying that momentum into the race. He's going to take back the title that was supposed to be for Lewis. But we aren't going to dive into that there. We have so the first three, then there is a huge gap to Pyro and the rest. Is this a tactic of Pyro? Make sure the others are standing on the grid a while longer, cool down the tires and brakes a bit, before he allows the rest to join up. Could be an interesting strategy, I don't know if it will work. And as I always do for the start, I always focus on the guy in third. As everyone is now getting to their spots. Beautiful shot from the rear. As we're going for the Imola GP or San Marino GP as they call it here. The lights are going on. And it's lights out and away we go. This camera shot actually sucks. It's Eli who's fighting with Rula into turn 1. Don't know who's leading as there's an off-road Tauri at the side. And it's Rollo who takes the lead. Pyro is falling down places. As we have Stumacher staying in 4th after being taken off the line by Romp, who's actually made an amazing start. Reaper has to the wall. But let me check that fact. Yes, he does miss his end plate. As his team couldn't have had a better start, he's still in 1st. Had just set the fastest lap and he's fighting for it. Noof speeded in the pit lane. There's a huge line of cars going into the pit lane at the moment. And Snap is profiting from this. As Eli has lost to Will and Pyro, he is not on his best. Will has just taken the fastest lap of the race. He is going to battle Pyro. As we have Chrysler who got a penalty, obviously he has no win, so that chicane is really hard to take. Let's see. The gap is 2 seconds from Pyro to Rolla. And Will again gets fastest sector 1. Wait, I think Major just took it off him. But right now, Krusler has retired in the pit lane. He doesn't see fit to race anymore. And he has decided to end it on lap 4. No safety car. I think Fontenau and Noof are now fighting. Noof gets a 3-second time penalty, as well does his Racing Tash. And I think Fontenau is now getting away. Meanwhile, Will is still hunting after the Alfa Romeo and does not get fastest lap again. But he is going for the overtake into turn 1, ahead before turn 2, and he is in P2 now. The Ferrari is really good at this track. Actually, it doesn't matter, it's same performance. I also wants a piece of the pie. He has lost second place, won the podium, spins out. And thank God ghosting is on, because that could have been a very nasty incident. Pyro now chasing back after the second place he had lost. As I think TC now has spun. No, it was Eli again. Eli's tires were really hot. He is not having the race he wanted. Started off P2 and he's now down into P12 after 5 laps. The only cars behind him are the ones who had incidents before, and now there is Racing Tash also at the side. He has to watch his tires as they are hot. And Eli gets the position of him. As Racing Tash spun again. Oh, and that's a race-ending crash right there for Tash. He's our second DNF and the first one on track. He called out the safety car because he's crashed so close to the track. And this is exactly what the ones who had already pit needed. A chance to catch back up. And now they can do that. Safety car is here. And Eli and Reaper take this opportunity and dive immediately in the pit lane. No double stack from Red Bull. And I think those two are the only two going. No, Noob Squid also decides to go into the pit lane. Now's the question. Does Cunning come ahead of the two cars or behind? He overtakes Reaper, but he cannot get ahead of Eli, who stays ahead of the Mercedes going into the safety car. Meanwhile, Noob Squid. If Noob Squid isn't careful, he might get lapped before the safety car. No, he won't. The leaders are coming into the pit lane. It was of course time for their stops. And now it's busyness in the pit lane. New tire strategies have opened. And I think Wicked has decided not to pit. Let me actually check the tires. He's on medium, so he could afford to go on. Rom, Snap and Wicked have really profited of the people pitting. But once we go racing again, those who have pitted will have fresh rubber underneath the cars. And will do everything they can to take back the places they lost. And I think that's Gun Inferno into the pit lane. And I think Noof is going to overtake Cunning because of this. Yes, he does. As more people are now lining up. With now almost everyone lined up, I think we will have 1 or 2 more laps of safety car. After which we will go racing again in lap 9 or 10. I think Font just overtook Dov and had to return to position. And I think this will be the final lap of the safety car. Seeing how almost everyone is lined up. Yes, I think safety car will come in this lap. We will get the notification soon. They're now in sector 3. Safety car in this lap. The lights are out. The safety car is going. Wicked Prophet now decides the pace of the safety car with everyone behind it. As Racing Tash has left the session, he is not going to cheer for his teammate, who is in P10 I believe. Safety car is now in the pit lane. They have to prepare to go racing. And I think he has gone and the green flag is out. And we're racing again. Wicked Prophet leads from Romp and Rolla, who has now already begun his march back to the front. He is already caught up to the back of Romp, who is fighting Wicked Prophet, and on those fresh mediums he can do a lot of damage if you really want it. There are some position changes, as Vitor now has a 3-second time penalty. As Eli has made a mistake again and is dropping back. As now also Chrysler T has left us, he is out of the paddock. I think Eli is having no front wing. Well, he has a front wing, but he is missing an end plate, and that means another pit stop for Eli. As Romp and Rolla were side by side, there is a yellow but not only Pyro. It's also around. And in the meantime, Pierre and Dove. Meanwhile, I think Major just went. Let's see here. In a little bit of problems here, as we have a yellow flag in sector 2. Who is it? Oh, Rula has been cracked under the pressure, has spun and falls down to 9th. This really is hurting his chances, but will he be able to get back up? Because now Major has a 3.8 second lead in first, and he is looking to extend that. The 3 cars behind him all have him pit. In the meantime, Vitor overtakes both McLarens, claims P2, and I think one of the McLarens hit the other. An internal battle with McLaren sees that one of them pushed the other off track, and I don't know who pushed who, but by being overtaken from one Red Bull, they are being hunted by the second Red Bull. And Vitor, who had a shit start at the start of this race, is now back up in second. Reaper Mino changing harshly against Wicked. Wicked goes off track. Reaper cannot make anything out of that, but Wicked gets a 3-second time penalty. Everyone in the top 5 has a penalty, and this is very, very exciting. Obviously, as teammates they give each other DRS, but Wicked and Von have driven each other down this week. Racing Tash is back, and I think, yep, Will has overtaken Koning Fern for P12. But this battle for technically second is still roaring. There is no way that Van der Nauw and Wicked are going to hold up much longer on older tires and harder tires. Or well, harder tires in the case of Von. Von is needing Wicked to block off Reaper Dude for as long as possible if he wants to keep his podium position. But they're going side by side, and Reaper has gotten Wicked Profit And Wicked Prophet is now down in 5th. With Reaper now hunting after Fontenau. He's clearly leaving Wicked behind, and it's clear to see how much Wicked has actually been holding up the Rebel. Rebel obviously looking for a double podium, as I think that's Dove in the pit lane and TC has the fastest lap. With the pack this close together, taking a pit stop will really hurt you. As Wicked is now out of the DRS range, next lap there will be no DRS for Wicked Prophet. Reaper is also slowly losing the DRS. But on some stages he's catching again, so it's hard to see if he will be able to obtain DRS. Well, I think that his teammate is actually holding Fontenau up, so Reaper will get DRS, but can he use it to overtake? The group has stayed the same in distance. And here we are now, looking alongside with Reaper. He doesn't DRS, uses all he has. Font isn't using it. And they're now coming up to turn 1 and 2. And Fonte now keeps it. The gap to Major has increased. And Major wants them to keep fighting. As Reaper goes on into the gravel. Will he be able to keep it out of the wall? I think he actually didn't hit the wall. But oh, Reaper will not be happy with that one. He has to cool down his tires. And his teammate is now under attack of Fontenau. Fontenau is going to pull alongside. And he has overtaken Vitor. Vitor is now in third, with Fontenau now in second. The mediums are no longer up against the hards. But obviously Vitor, still having DRS, is not giving up the fight. Going into turn 1, turn 2, Major gets 3 seconds. And the Rebel and the McLaren are still chasing after each other. Meanwhile, Wicked Prophet is now leading a train from P4 out. And I think that was DC spinning again. And losing positions again. As we have, TC hot tires is not going to do very well anymore until he either manages to cool his tires or switches for new tires, because really. Meanwhile, Rula after a spin is doing his best to catch back up. But right now it doesn't look like he can do anything. Maybe hope for a podium. As Eli gets 3 seconds, and I think that's Schumacher now attacking Wicked Prophet around the outside. Does he make it? Yes, he does. The Williams up into 4th, and I think that was Olieri almost going off track and losing out to Rula, who's now hunting after Wicked Prophet, whose tires are not helping him at all. In the background we can see Reaper also on his recovery race. It's all still for race 4, and honestly everyone has a chance except Rula, who has spun at the same part where he spun before. This is not helping him. His teammate is now catching up to him, and on hot tires he is not going to stand a chance against his teammate. Meanwhile, Oliari has caught up to Wicked Prophet, opens his DRS. No, he does not have DRS yet. But he is charging after the McLaren nevertheless. As Vitor is chasing after the other McLaren, who is actually catching on Major. Major is on these tires for way too long. And the hearts of Fontenau are helping him to catch up to Major XTC. I have to think now about the time I hit him in qualifying Baku. Oh fuck. Vitor is also not too far behind them. And I think Oliari is now ready to take a move on the next straight. Or maybe even in the next corner. He is patient. He waits for his chance. He opens his rear wing. And he now is going to use the speed advantage he has. He is alongside. He is ahead. He makes the corner. And he's up into 5th. Wicked Prophet. Wait. I might be going crazy, but... Is that rain? Oh god. This explains why no one yet has pitted. It's starting to rain here in Imola. Or I'm actually going crazy, wait. No, it's raining. Everyone will be going on Inters next. And instead of who is better in the dry, who can keep the tires alive, it's going to be who can win the sprint race in the wet. And Major having almost no grip left on his softs, less grip than Fontenau has. This will actually really affect who's going to lead after the round of pit stops. Who is daring to push it hard enough, but not too hard? As we can see, Wicked is in the pits right now. Wicked is going for the move. He is going on Inters, but is it too soon? As Reproduce overtakes Oliari. Is this too soon for Wicked Prophet? Because it has just started raining and his tires were going off. But if I were him, I would have waited one more lap and then come in for Inters. Mimo, Dove, also on Inters, but seeing how Wicked Prophet is not able to fight back against Snap, I really think he has caught it too early. Yes, he has! Mimo, Fontenau has caught up to the back of Major. They're going side by side now. The rear wing opens for Fontenau. They're going into turn 1. I think Fontenau just made it stick. He does. And into turn 2. Fontenau is now leading the Grand Prix. This is now really strategically going to play. If Fontenau pits this lap for inters, I don't think there's anything stopping him, as Major goes off track. And now there is really no pressure left on Fontenau. He just has to time it right with pitting. And I think Major is going to pit this lap. But yeah, Wicked Prophet is not going to be happy. Oh, Major spins, crashes out. He had such a good race. And the virtual safety car is out. This is big, guys. This is real big. If the virtual stays out long enough, Fontenau can actually take advantage of pitting now. And if I were him, I would do that. But Major, poor Major, he had done so well. And now he's just going to drop down. There is no pit for Fontenau. Vitor also carries on. Schumacher goes into the pits. Reaper stays out. Olieri stays out. Or goes in. Will stays out. Ruler stays out. Colin Firm comes in. Olieri stays out. Noof comes in. Eli stays out. Snap comes in. TC comes in. Roller gets a drive-through. And it's green flags again. Wicked Prophet gets back up into P13 after that. And now he's fighting. As it looks like Wicked Noof is still getting used to the inters. And for Schumacher went out for the full wets. Are you okay? Literally, are you okay, mate? As he forces Olieri off track. Yeah, not forces. Olieri went for a move that was not going to work. But I understand because he's on full wets. And full wets, he's been overtaken by someone on 13 lap old softs in the rain. Mate, go back in, go for inters, because you are not going to survive long on this. You went for the gas and you guessed fully wrong. And he has to feel that himself. And he stays out. What is this man doing? DRS is still enabled and he decides to go on wets. It's surprisingly he hasn't crashed himself out, but I do not understand this man. I actually do not understand Vitor. 22 lap old mediums, he has to go. And Rula once again binned it. As we see Fontenau into the pit lane. Vitor following him. It's definitely time for inters. Is Rebel going to do a double stack? They are! And this is going to give Will the chance to get back up in third. Fontenau still ahead of Reaper, dude. I mean Vitor. Will is still behind Reaper. And this is going to be interesting. Out of the pit lane, which of these two will get it? It's 7 laps to go. This is a useless cam, by the way. Who is of these two? Who is going to get the final podium spot? Alongside Von and Reaper, as we have Snap spinning out. Virtual safety car. Because I think someone has also stopped on pit lane exit. Rula is going down again. Where's Rula? Rula is in the pit lane. So Dov and Snap are probably going to overtake him, as well as Olieri. There goes Dov. Snap is going into the pit lane himself. But holy frick, from pole to P15. This is not a good race for Rula. Really poor. Hey Ahmad. So far we've only seen 3 DNFs. And this virtual is sticking around pretty long, as Snap has been lapped. And Rula has another drive-through. It keeps getting from bad to worse. Stumaker, yeah, this man a fucking joke. He finally comes back in. He should have pitted long ago. He shouldn't have gone for the full wedge to begin with. This is all on him. Everything he's thrown away here. It's his own fault. He should not have gone out on those wets. Wait. He went in for a drive-through. He still is going out on wets. No. I cannot watch this. I literally cannot watch this man. Sorry, bit tired. This is insane. Meanwhile, World the Gamer, and I actually don't know if DRS got disabled. I guess DRS got disabled, but I may have missed the message. But this is insane. We have World the Gamer going to catch up to Reaper, and it's going to come down to penalties maybe. I'm not going to look at penalties now. I want it to be a big surprise, otherwise it may cut down on the battle quality. But I think there's blue flags right now. Rolla, the guy who started on pole, after 28 laps, he have been lapped by the guy who started last. Insane. Fontenau started last, and he just lapped the guy who started from pole. This man, no, this legend. Holy fuck. This is insane. Driver of the day, definitely Fontenau. Because what this guy has done is unbelievable. And I think he of the legendary Maldonado. I think that's number 13. But this rain has turned it upside down. And yes, it is number 13. The Lord, the Savior Mahafair, his number is doing great things right now. And you can see it. In the meantime, Wicked Prophet is now on a good friend Rolu. As he gets Let's see. Oh, I actually want to see if DRS is still a thing. Is this railway now open? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Good God, imagine if DRS was still enabled. As that was on the curbs from Dove. And now it's going to be a drag race to turn 4. And he leaves no space, but the switchbacks works, and Dove has lost Peter 12 to Olieri after an amazing move from the AlphaTauri. Nuv and Tash, or TC, fighting for the final point position. I think TC is alongside Nuv. No, he wasn't. But Nuv has a bad exit, and that's Tash or TC now opening into P10. I think Eli is going to catch up to Cunning Fern. This is probably going to be a drag race towards the chicane. And obviously Slipstream is also helping a bit. But Eli cannot overtake. There's yellow flags, I do not know what for. We're almost in the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. Don't see anything stopping Fonte now. And Dove has spun it in the penultimate lap. He will probably still get classified, but this is just sad. He tried his absolute best, but oh, but no safety car, virtual safety car, because that wouldn't have done anything. As Snap is now catching up to the Williams. Yeah, the Williams just lets him past. There is no way he was going to do that on those wets. But the final lap has now started. Don't say he's now going to pit. Let me get this straight. He pitted in lap 25. 4 wets. He stayed on them for 6 laps before deciding, fuck this mate, I'm going to retire. This man is a joke. Hey, but that man literally was a joke. He will still get classified, I think, because he did it surely before the end of the race. Chasing down on Conin Fern, but we are going to cut away from this battle soon enough. I think is the leader, unless he is 9 seconds of penalties. He's coming up to the line. He started P20. He has eventually lapped the guy that started on pole. It's Fonte now for the being followed by Vito Boncriso in second. Reproduced third. So it's a double podium for Red Bull at the moment. Will the game is now going up to the line, gets fourth. Did confirm spin on the final lap? Yes, he did. Romp gets P5. Wicked Prophet is being followed by Rolla, and it doesn't matter. Wicked gets P6, Rolla gets last. Now a whole line. We have Eli, Pyro, and TC. Wicked actually had enough penalties for Eli to move up. Fern, the spinner, has finished, Noof has finished, and we're only waiting on Oliari. Snap and Rula were the lapped cars in this race. But holy what a show what this was. This was an amazing race. We started out dry. Obviously Fontenau deserves to be on the driver of the day. He deserved the win. He really fought for it. This was the best day he could have a race like this. A dominant performance, a push from the back of the grid to the win. And he has shown why he is one of the best drivers, in my opinion. But obviously I haven't raced with a lot of people, mostly tier 5-6 people. But this was just a commanding performance here in tier 4. Now, I hope you all enjoyed this. I wish you a lovely evening. And I will see you guys later.